After the release of last year's NES Mini, rumours were rampant that Nintendo were going to be working on a follow-up based on the Super Nintendo. People were sceptical though. After the release and subsequent discontinuation of the NES Mini, it put a bad taste in people's mouths. Would they even be able to see this with their own eyes, let alone buy it? All while the 3.5 people that actually managed to get hold of one were very excited. Historically speaking though, the original NES wasn't much of a success in the UK, due to the far superior selling Sega Master System and the rise of home computers such as the Spectrum. Although, by the time of the Super Nintendo's release, the games market in the UK had shifted dramatically, with the Mega Drive taking up most of the sales and the home computer market more or less gone. 16-bit consoles were all the rage in the UK, and the SNES became a smash hit, which makes this, the SNES Classic, quite the desirable prospect, and why the stories of good old Uncle Ninty boosting production such good news. Growing up, I didn't originally have a Super Nintendo. I had a Mega Drive. Well, technically my little brother's, but we used to play on it all the time. We both had friends who had Super Nintendos, so occasionally we'd swap over the weekend, so I got to experience some of the fantastic games, such as Super Mario Bros, Bomberman, Super Probotector, Mario Kart, and it was a great time to be alive. Through that, the SNES became one of my favourite consoles. So when they announced the SNES Mini, I was on board instantly. Some of the games that are on here are just too expensive to play by normal means, even though I already have a Super Nintendo. So this was the best way I was going to get to play them. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the SNES Mini. Now we're playing with Superpower. So here I am, and here it is. This is the SNES Mini box, and I'm going to do a little bit of a unboxing type thing. So here we go. This is the SNES Mini. Let's have a little look at the image on the box there. It is really cool and really kind of evocative of the original box for the Super Nintendo back in the day. There's the reflections of my lights. Yeah, it looks really nice. I'll give you a little bit of a side view. So there's a little picture there, and all this. On the back here we have some pictures of the games on the box, some text in lots of different languages, and some kind of warnings and all sorts of things like that. Then there's more warnings and things on there. That on the top there, where you can see it in someone's hand there. So there's the things on there. I genuinely have not seen one of these in person, so this is going to be a complete surprise to me. So yeah, it should be a fun time. So here is the box. I'm going to bring in the NES Mini box, I should say. There we go. There is a NES Mini box there, so you can see size. They are basically exactly the same in every way. They're the same size. I think it's just literally the same box blank they used for that. So there you go. That is identical. So, moment of truth. Let's crack this bubble open. I'm going to use this little hooky thing on this side to open it. So let's leave this out. Put this away like so. I'll pop this over here for now. Now that is really cool. The instruction manual is basically the same cover as the original from back in the day. Just going to quick look on the back here. Oh, good. They're put this in the other way now because I think they realise people like to do unboxings. So I'm not going to give anything away with any of that. So there's your instruction book. Console itself. Controllers here. Now, because I did it in the NES Classic one, I'll do it the same as here. Let's have another look at a controller. Do that first. The cool thing about this is you actually get two controllers. With the NES Classic, you only got one controller and you had to buy another one separately. This one comes with two. So, that's one side for now. Let's have a look at this. Oh, that is very nice. There it is. The controller. It's got a nice kind of texture to it as well. It feels actually really good. It actually feels a lot better than the NES Classic controller did. There's some springy controls there, buttons there, rubber stamp select, click left and right there. That actually feels really good. That feels, yeah, it feels a lot better than the NES one. It feels completely accurate to how it should be. That's really good. Well done. Let's have a little look around it. So you've got your Super Nintendo Entertainment System thing there, button select, D-pad there, multicolour buttons. Now on the American edition, not only does it have a different case, but it's also got the two recessed buttons here, because the original American version did. This doesn't. I was worried it was just going to be a straight up recolor, but no, as you can see they are nice and convex. They go outwards. Science. So there it is that. Let's have a quick look at the cable length, because these are a lot longer than the cables for the NES Mini. I think the NES Mini ones were 3 foot, these are 5, so still not as long as the original Super Nintendo cables. What the hell was this twisty type thing? Oh, what's the right thing? But they are a hell of a lot longer. You're not going to be able to see this very well. There you go, there's your adapter there. Here's the same like Wii adapter thing, which is cool. And there is your cable. It is, you know, you have to take my word for it, but it is a lot longer than the NES Mini one. So that's cool. So, there's that. It's really cool. So let's compare it to an original. Here is my original Super Nintendo controller. You can see they are the exact same size. The text is quite a bit darker on the original controller, and doesn't have the kind of texture thing on it anymore, because this is obviously more crazy. Let's look at the back of this one as well, because the NES one was different. This is slightly different as well. There you go, you've got your model numbers and things there, and then your all your kind of European stuff there, like how to throw it away and all that. Whereas the original one literally just says SNES pad controller. That says Nintendo, so it has got a different back. And but other than that, screw placement's the same. Side, there we go. It's even got that kind of curvedness to it, the same. That is exactly the same. Cool, we like that. Bring this back, put this to one side, and the other one to one side. Box, other controller there, and then at the bottom here you've got your USB cable for your power. Again, doesn't come with a mains adapter, but I'm sure you have your own, and then your HDMI at the bottom there. So, this is the main event. There is your SNES Mini. Click your button. Doesn't have quite a nice sound from the old days, but that is really cool. Look around it. HDMI DC in to the back. The bottom, Peggy 12. Interesting. And kind of information things there. That is really cool. Now, I showed you earlier that the SNES controller is this adapter. So, how does it fit in there? Well, if you look on the bottom, little divot there. You just pull that out. This is on a little plastic strap. You've got 2 adapters there, so you can plug them in that way, which is a really cool way. So it still looks authentic. I kind of wish they did something like that with the NES, but obviously they were still sort of figuring it out. This is kind of their refining of the NES classic kind of thing. Left the power off, good. And yeah, so just plug in there. So you get 2 controllers, obviously, you can plug it in. You know, come on, there we go. Into the one. All good. And then when it's on display on the shelf, just click that back in. It's like a nice, kind of soft plastic. I wouldn't like bend it, but it's like a nice, that's nice and flexible. Wouldn't do that too many times, but that's kind of not rigid, so it's not going to snap, but I wouldn't force it. There we go, so that is the SNES there, just there. For a size comparison, let's bring in my Super Nintendo. You can see it's very old, very worn, flat foot, buttons there. Nicest sound in the world. There. So let's do a little bit of a comparison. Yeah, this thing is definitely a lot smaller, but it's still pretty accurate. That's insane. So yeah, that's really cool. Let's bring in a game as well. Do a little comparison with a game. So there is Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Ooh. about the same size, which is pretty cool. Pretty much the same colour as well, actually. So that's a pretty cool there. Bit of a size comparison for you. And the one everyone wants to see here is with the SNES Classic. And as you can see, they are both teeny tiny. That is a pretty cool shot there. So, let's see what it can do, shall we? Boom! Setup is pretty much what you expect. Plug it all in and you're away. HDMI in, USB in, controller in, now we're playing with power. You're greeted with a great new menu screen, which is very similar to the NES Mini, and some sweet tunage, complete with 21 games ready for your enjoyment. These are Contra 3, Alien Wars, Donkey Kong Country, Earthbound, F-Zero, Final Fantasy VI, Kirby Superstar, Kirby's Dream Course, Mega Man X, Secret of Mana, Star Fox 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Castlevania 4, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario RPG, Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Super Punch-Out, Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Good in a minute. There are a couple of interesting notes with these games too, as they all use their American names rather than their more widely known European titles. So Starwing becomes Star Fox, Kirby's Fun Pack becomes Kirby Superstar, and Super Pro Protector 2 Alien Rebels not only becomes Contra 3 Alien Wars, but loses its robot reskinning the European game was given. The SNES Mini also marks the first time Star Fox 2, the finished Starwing sequel that was shelved due to the then upcoming N64, has ever been officially released, which is a pretty huge deal. Wait, am I missing something? Where's Star Fox 2? Well, me? Did you think giving Nintendo 80 notes was enough to be able to play Star Fox 2? Nope, they make you work for it. Although admittedly, not very hard. All you need to do is finish the first stage in the first Star Fox and boom, you're golden. Same as with the NES Classic, these games all play exactly how you remember them. The emulation is a work of black magic. Also, the screen filters from the NES Classic make a return, with a 4:3 as a default, Pixel Perfect for a HD overhaul, and CRT for a reminder of sitting on the floor eating cereal. As before, 4:3 is the best one. The save states function also makes a return too. Hit that reset button at any time to access the menu. Select your slot and press A to save. To load, just do the exact same thing I just said. This time round though, there's a little extra trick up the SNES Mini sleeve. Do consoles have sleeves? Because now, there is also a rewind function. Get stuck during a game? Simply hit reset, select your save slot and press X. Now you can use the shoulder buttons to step back and forth through up to 40 seconds of gameplay. So if you're not happy with a section or keep dying at the same place, you can try again instantly. Awesome! All in all, the SNES Mini is fantastic. It takes what was laid down by the NES Mini and implements it into what many would consider a more nostalgic package. It may have less games than the NES, but I feel the selection is of a much higher quality, and the inclusion of games never physically released in the UK, or at all, is greatly appreciated. The rewind function is a great addition that was sorely missed in the NES and makes even the toughest games playable for anyone. The controller hand feel is spot on, and the cable is a more comfortable length. My only complaints are with the sensitivity. Sometimes if I pressed the button too hard, it would activate other buttons. Like in Mario Kart, holding right would sometimes activate select. And I had some problems trying to fire Hadokens in Street Fighter. Otherwise though, I bloody love this thing. There seems to be a lot more around too, so you shouldn't have problems as severe as getting a NES. Do not pay eBay prices. Fuck those scalpers. So that is the SNES Mini. A fantastic improvement on the NES Mini, and a great way to play some of those classic games legally that you may have to pay through the nose for otherwise. I'd say, pick one up if you want an amazing nostalgia trip. And the games are great fun, so why wouldn't you? Anyways, I've been the Hardcore Gamer. Join me next time for a much better video, but for now, maybe I should start looking into a Nintendo 64 t-shirt. Hey guys, me again. Thank you for watching this video on the SNES Classic. If you liked it, please click some of the other videos that are on screen right now. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like my videos, share it, follow me on Twitter, and follow my Facebook page. All of that is listed on the screen right now. Cheers for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.